just a few days ago, we talked to you here on the YouTube channel,
Yes,
and you had reached, I believe at that time, $6,000
yes,
from a new offer,
yes.
and you were using Authority X Pro,
Hmm.
and things were going really well.
Yes.
How are things now?
So things are still going well, and that offer turned into me making another offer. And between the offers, I reached $12,000. Um,
12,000. And we're talking, you started using Authority X Pro like about 7 weeks ago, about 50 days ago.
exactly. I want to say all of this happened within 30 days, though.
Oh,
The
really?
actual.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool. And what I know is you're selling something that does it still cost $497?
Yeah,
So you have
both offers.
24 people who have come in. I want to be as helpful as we can for people watching this. So I want us to break down a little bit of how you got there. Now we
Okay.
know we can use Authority X Pro. You can get the 24-hour free trial. We know we can do that. But let's say you're not going to use Authority X Pro or just to hear the behind the scenes of what just happened.
Okay.
So the breakthrough for you was what?
So the breakthrough for me really was the first clarity.
Mm,
Clarity about what I really was trying to offer.
yeah.
And I think my confusion came from this person who had done a lot of things.
Yes, you have.
And I was like, I couldn't figure out how to translate my identity really well into this new world of business from federal, from service, from government, from doing a lot of things. And I couldn't really figure out what skills work together for the best offer.
And you were in the Air Force? Am I
I
remembering
was
that
in the
correct?
Air Force,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was a civilian for federal government for a long time.
Yeah.
So between the two, and then I had um, grew my real estate portfolio during COVID from zero to $1 million.
Amazing.
And yeah, and I was with this coach that I actually did. I was like a limited partner on a hotel and
Yeah.
her real estate tech company. But I never felt like, oh, I'm some sort of expert, which I'm not in real estate. But I was missing like all these cues of what women were really wanting from me. Like
Mm.
they really wanted my journey. Like
Okay, what does that mean they wanted your journey?
they really wanted to know how did I use my job? How did I still work and still open a business? How did I get there? And then how did I use that? How did I translate my identity? And how did I use that to create ownership? Like
Ooh.
how did I do that? How did I go through those steps? And I was trying to give them one part, but I was trying to like leave out this other part because I couldn't figure out how they went together. And
Yeah.
that was the first thing Authority X Pro helped me do.
Yeah, and it really does. See, I try not to push it so much because I don't want it just to be like a big ad, but it does do that. It does
Yes.
break it because it does, I mean, it's mine and it does it for me. So I know it has to do it for other people. So it helps you with the clarity. So if you are someone who is, you have the skills, you have the background, you have these pieces, these ingredients, but you're
Hmm.
not quite sure how that turns into something somebody else would want to purchase or partake in.
Exactly.
AXP is makes that clarity. And that was what, a few back and forth messages?
There was a few back and forth messages.
Okay.
And the thing is, I knew when it got me clear
Mm.
because I could feel it. I was like, that's it.
Ooh, wow. That's incredible. I love that. Okay, so then you got clear on what you were supposed to do. And I just want everybody to know you're in Mississippi, my
Yes.
home state where I was raised. I mean, I was born, I should say. Um, Mississippi, you're not in New York or Los Angeles, because a lot of times people when they hear about tech or they hear about AI or they hear about any of that, they think, oh, it has to be something, some coastal place or some place that's
Hmm.
not. That's why I always like to say where people are from or where they're doing this from, because in my comments, I always get, does it work here? Does it work here? Does it work here?
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Everything I teach on YouTube, for the most part, works here, wherever you are. Okay, so you got that clarity, and then you already had people who you'd been working with and talking to.
Mhm.
Are all 24 people in your current cohort warm audience, or is it a mixture?
It's a mixture. So, when I first started working in your community, I got some clients. I did like a beta of a group program
Mhm.
and it worked. And then I got like these three high premium clients quickly, like these
Mm.
$5,000 clients. And I tried to just stay in that lane. And I was like, just do that, just do that.
Yeah.
And then all the stuff happened with the government. It got confusing. People needed something different. I couldn't figure out how to
Yes.
get back in with my audience again. And then eventually I did something that was not scalable. I did these 10 interviews back to back to back to back and figure out what people wanted. And they wanted this bridge offer. And I got a couple little low ticket from sort of how do you create your offer, this
This
bridge
is
offer, like
pre AXP, pre
pre
30X Pro,
AXP.
but you were
Right.
still, I want people to take this away. You just said it. I did something that didn't scale. That's what we talk about when I've invested in more than 200 companies in Silicon Valley and beyond. And what they talk about in startup land is you do things that don't scale so that you can scale. Because so
Yeah,
you had these calls with people, even though that wasn't making you a ton of money, you needed to hear from your potential customer. Okay,
exactly.
continue. And then what happened?
Exactly. So I did these 10 calls and I got a lot of clarity but I had a small offer and I got like these $99 offers, but I couldn't go from there. I was just stuck at that point and I was like, so I offered nothing.
Mm, yeah, it probably was a good idea that you offered nothing because you don't strike me as the type of person who just goes for money no matter what, even if you're not really helping somebody.
Correct.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it seems to
Exactly.
me, working with you across my various entities, it seems to me that you really want your customer and your client to win.
Yes.
Yeah. How
Yes.
important is that? How important is, because I want us to always go back to that. I think we talk so much about the tactical and the practical on this channel and inside of my memberships, but I always want us to go back to who are we doing this for? And we're doing it for ourselves, let's be clear, because we need to. We're doing it for our friends and family, but are the people that we get to impact, that's something special that we don't talk about all the time. How important is it to you that it's actually helping somebody when you're taking somebody's money?
That's the number one thing for me. It's huge for me
Mm.
because I spent most of my adult life being a licensed counselor.
Mm.
So I heard all the stories. And so I kind of, and I have this affinity for Black women because I understood like the struggle.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would never like not want them to win. And so when I figured out a place where I felt like I could win, I was like, how do I get that to them? But I was doing a lot of things, and I think this is important for my audience. I was doing a lot of things that made me look really well. Like I did these high pro ticket programs and masterminds and all those things I wasn't ready for. I wasn't
Mm.
there. Helpful, but I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And I was like overqualified in the education of it, but not the practical doing of
Mm.
it.
Mm.
And I was like, I will not charge because I have these certifications or know how to do it when I haven't done it myself. Like that was big, that's huge for me.
Yeah.
Like I don't
Yeah.
want to say I can get you to six figures and I haven't
Yes.
got it yet.
All day long. All day long. I always ask, and there are a lot of people, and somebody may feel this right there in their soul, but we're helping you right now. There are a lot of people who have offers out right now, teaching other people how to do something they have never done because they think, oh, well, this will sell. Oh, well, I'll get there. Fake it till you make it. When we say fake it till you make it, we do not mean that. Because if you don't have that evidence that you have done something, how are you supposed to help somebody else do it? Go ahead
Ex-
and do it. Go ahead and do it. Or a lot of people need that early stage. What are the first two, three steps? And you probably know the first two, three steps that can
Exactly.
help them with the first two, three steps. Okay,
Exactly. I
so
think
then
because I have
yeah,
repeated them about 10 times.
exactly. And people think, well, I gotta do step 10 because that's where the money is, and da 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 da. But people, it's gonna be very clear, very early that you don't know what you're talking about at that stage. So
Hmm.
go find the people who are a couple steps behind and think about the earliest days of it. And then yes, you can expand and grow if you want to, but sometimes you'll find that early stage is just where you stay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then fast forward to you're using Authority X Pro, you have this clarity. We're talking about it's a mixture between warm audience and not warm audience. How,
Hmm.
tell me the very first sale you make. Like how did that happen? If you can reconstruct it.
Okay. So, so I'm trying to think exactly how I remember. So it told me to send it to 10 people that were warm audience that, and I sent it to 10 people that I had done a real estate brunch.
Yeah.
And I sent it to 10 people who attended that brunch.
Yes.
And five of them, I think, couldn't come, but they wanted to. And
Mm.
I sent it to those 10 people. And within like 15 minutes, one person said, I'm in. Where do
Love
I
it.
sign up? And
Love
I was
it.
like, what is happening here? And then I had a discovery call. And I said it to the person on the discovery call. And she said, and I said, well, I'm thinking about doing this offer, but I'm not quite there yet. Can I come back to you when I've done it? And she was like, yes, that's what I want. She said, I saw interview you with you on YouTube because I had interviewed with my coach. She interviewed me before the brunch. And she said, I saw the interview on YouTube of you, and I was just getting ready to pay $6,000 for a course.
Mm.
And I said, no, I want to work with her. She's a veteran. She knows what I want. She was federal government. I want to work with her. And she said, that's why I scheduled this call. And so we did the call and everything, and I came back to her after I went through Authority Expo and got clear on the offer, and she was the second person to sign up for it. She was like, "I'm in," just
Wow.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Something's happening here," and so literally people just started, those people that I sent that message to just started signing up for it. And so I just kept going with Authority X Pro. It was like, send it to the next five people, send it to the next
Mm.
five people, follow up with the 20 people you sent it to. Do a video on your journey of how you made the $1 million in your own portfolio and send it out. And I cheated a little bit, I guess, because I did the video with AI, but I was like, there's no way I could do a YouTube video other than do it really fast this way. But I did the video
I don't
and
know if
I
that's
sent the
cheating. I
video.
feel like I haven't seen the video, but I feel like when you use AI in a way that is where you have ownership of it and it's not AI slop where it's just like any old thing. I don't think that's cheating. I think that's just another medium,
Yeah.
that you're
Okay.
using. Yeah, for sure. So let me understand that a little bit better. So you use this video in what way?
So I used that video in proof that I had some sort of authority in
Mm,
the real estate area in
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm.
field.
Yeah,
That yeah,
million
so
dollar portfolio. Even if you don't know this, that, and the other, you know something. You have some experience in that for sure. Yes.
and so I was like, I'm not just creating this room because I have no idea what this is,
Yeah.
and this tells you my journey,
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Yeah.
why I'm creating this room.
Just a side note, you've mentioned twice where YouTube has been helpful and instrumental to you. And I just want to make sure everybody watching knows that YouTube is so powerful still. Like I had a meeting with friends of mine, but people who are working on a big company, it's a big
Hmm.
company. And yesterday I had this meeting on a Sunday, and we're talking multi-million dollar, maybe $100 million plus company this is going to become. And I was giving them some advice. And one of the things I said was, I need you to spend at least 50% of your time. One of the three of you needs to be on YouTube. And it doesn't matter what room I'm in, I'm going to tell you, if I'm saying that to $100 million plus company,
Hmm.
believe me when I say that it'll help someone who's making 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Okay,
Yeah,
so this is so fascinating. So this started happening fast, and within a week you had 12 people, or you had 14 people,
exactly,
because I know it
exactly.
went up to 7,000. Because we had our interview just a few days ago. You were at
Hmm.
6,000. Then you told me in
Hmm.
a text, actually at 7,000
Yes,
in that same week. So
yes.
14 people joined.
Hmm.
How many
Hmm.
people total joined your real estate deal room?
18 of the 20, I was going for 20 founders,
Yeah,
18 joined. 18.
18. Incredible. And if you had just if it had been 6 people or 8 people, that would have been evidence to you that there's
Hmm.
something here. And what
Right.
is it? Is it 6 weeks, 90 days? Because people are going to want to know what it
So
is.
no, that the founders are actually a year because
Okay.
it's
Oh, container.
a school
Oh, I
container.
love that. I love that.
Hmm.
So they get access to you. And
Hmm.
what do you have to do? Like, do you meet a certain time virtually, or what is your delivery?
I actually created something dynamic, it just
Hmm.
all fell into place. So I had a client that used to work with me who was a mindset coach, and I brought her in as a mindset coach. And then I had someone else I had did a discovery call with. She wasn't my client, but I had done a discovery call with her. And it was very strategic because she had a lot of connections with my ideal client, and so I brought her in as the finance coach because
Oh,
that's what she
yeah.
did. And then I have all these people from proximity that I've been around in the real estate world that I'm bringing in as guest speakers.
Yeah. Wow. So
And
people come in
so
and do virtual live calls, or is it on demand?
live
Live
calls.
calls. Are you recording those so they can be in the
Yes,
classroom?
yes,
Yes.
yes,
Okay. So just imagine that. And so that's already worth any one call would be worth that for 497 to
yes,
somebody who's trying to get into real estate. And
yes.
then on top of that, they have each other.
Have each
They
other,
get to
and
meet
and
each
there are
other.
real deals in there. People are
Mm.
bringing real
It's
deals.
a deal room. Okay.
It's a deal room in
Yes.
there. Yes.
Yes. I just love every bit of it. Now, you said earlier you had a second offer. Now, usually I'll say don't do a second offer yet, but I got to
I
hear from
know.
you. I was curious about this. So tell me what this second offer is.
So the second offer, and now I know I shouldn't have done it, but the second offer was a rebirth of my original business offer.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I did different with this is I created an experience versus a coaching program. So I
Okay.
realized words matter. And so it's an 8-week cohort.
Okay.
And I have 6 people in it. And I just wanted to see if it worked again. And at
Yeah.
the same process, it started to work again. And I was like, oh, I want 10 people in this. And so I was like, now I can get more information on what I should be doing. Like you said, step one, two, three,
Yeah. Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
have
Yes.
created a framework around. I want to, see if my framework works.
Yes.
And so I created that room, and it was pretty warm. I wouldn't say warm traffic, but it was people that I kind of met along the way.
Yeah, that's warm.
I would say two people in it were cold. I did like again, like you say, be visible. I was like this opener on this summit with Dress for Success.
Yeah.
And I got two people that did a discovery call with me from that, and they signed up for it.
Yes.
And then I was at a retreat, and three people from that retreat signed up for it.
With the first group, I don't know if your phone is buzzing on the table there. Um, with your first group, uh, how did you get the cold? Who were cold in the first group? How did you find them?
So one of the code person was the person I told you that saw me on a YouTube
Yeah,
and decided to come in that way.
love it. Y'all
Um,
hearing this? YouTube. Okay.
that was one of the co-persons.
Mm-hmm.
The second co-person was someone who had signed up for the real estate brunch but didn't attend. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know her, she didn't know me,
Yeah.
but I sent the message out again.
How do you think she found out about the real estate brunch to begin with? Friend of a friend or
Um, I was doing a lot of advertising on LinkedIn
oh, interesting.
for the
So this is
brunch.
so Daisy, I'm gonna give you a little tiny bit of coaching if you don't
Yes,
mind.
yes.
You are killing it. I would say the six people who are in your mindset group are lucky, lucky, lucky. Fulfill that with gusto, see it through, learn what you can, extract what you can. You might even have some videos that you can put into the real estate classroom from those mindset calls, right?
Okay.
Because you
Mm-hmm.
have the mindset coach coming in, you could have a mindset section of the real estate classroom, the deal room. So it's all worth it. But if I were you, I would spend the next 11 months. If this has been 1 month, I would spend the next 11 months getting 200 people, getting 200 people into that real estate cohort
Okay.
because and I think even if you stayed at the same price the whole time, that'd be six figures. But you could probably raise the price as you go along when you hit certain metrics. Either way, because just think about what this room will look like in 3 months and 6 months, etc.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
there's if you think about it, there's a group called Chief. Have you heard of Chief? The
No.
Chief is a women's executive group that's most all over the U.S. It costs anywhere from $5,000 to $8,000 per year to be a part of. 70% of their customers are like big corporations paying for certain women to be in it. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
they make the last I saw, they make about 100 million per year
Oh, wow.
because they just locked in and they said we're making this service and the network effects of every time somebody comes in that makes the group better. It
Yes.
gets better and better and better, and that's incredible momentum that you don't want to steer away from. It only gets better. Is the compound effect. It only gets better because the more people are in, the more connections that can be made. And the more
Yes.
connections that can be made, whether it's a deal or friendship or travel buddies or whatever it is, the more points you have of reference that you can point to for the next YouTube video, for the LinkedIn post, the more people who will help you promote it themselves. It's in a school group. It's in a school group. So you could even open up 20, 30% commissions on an affiliate link. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes,
It's
yes,
just
yes.
gonna it's the there's a book called Contagion that talks about this in marketing. I mean, it is just primed to be that. As opposed to let me make three or four different one of these and go in these different directions. And then you have four different things you have to promote, four different things you have to remember. Not
Mm-hmm.
only that, think about how great the delivery will become because you will get so much feedback, signaling, observation of what people are loving, what is actually helping them inside this deal room. And then you'll get more deals done. So in 6 months, you can say, we had four major hotel deals come through, dot, dot, dot. And
Wow.
114 members participated in XYZ and,
Yeah.
and raised this amount of money for it. Like this becomes an incredibly powerful room that becomes the room to be in if you are a woman of color, a black woman who wants to be in real estate, who has XYZ experience. It becomes the room to be in. And then you build that moat, you become the authority in that space just because you grew it and grew it and grew it and grew it. I just feel like that is for you now. It'd be interesting to see what Authority X Pro says, but I bet you, because I trained it, I bet you it says that.
I absolutely love that. And I know you're right
Mhm.
because they're like people already busting down the door trying to come in as guest speakers.
As guest speakers.
As
Yes.
guest speakers.
Because I mean, the room you're building is very powerful. You have to be very precious with that asset
Yeah.
itself. Because
Hmm.
essentially you have people who either today or very soon will have the ability to invest in real estate. So they may be
Hmm.
curious or they may already be out there ready to do so. So then you're
Hmm.
going to have this decision to make at some point
Hmm.
about what you want to be able to offer. You know, the person who,
Hmm.
for instance, was about to spend $6,000 on a course that was like, she just was going to look at that course and figure it out. That means she has at least $6,000 in your ecosystem this year that she could spend. Now, you could
Hmm.
say, look, and this is coming from the investor side of me now. You
Hmm.
could say in the future, we're going to have this, I'm going to lead a deal. Like
Hmm.
I've partnered with someone who's doing the next hotel. I've had a lot of fun with these hotels and a lot of experience with them now. Now you can come into my deal and it's more of an official deal inside the group. But it's,
Hmm.
obviously doing all the
Hmm.
SEC stuff and you're working with somebody who can do this. And you might say, there's now the next tier is if you want to put $5,000 into our real estate pool,
Hmm.
this is what we're doing next. So I don't think you make that decision now. I think you wait several weeks or months until you really see what's happening. Because
Yes.
again, we talked about this on Friday's call
Hmm.
for Authority X Pro certification, which I think we should talk about, where this is exactly where most people start to get antsy.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
there's a fire in their belly. They're excited. They've seen this work and they immediately want to do something else.
Yes.
And this is exactly the time where you should double down, triple down, quadruple down on what is already working and project yourself into the future of what could this become. That's
I
when you hit
love
those
that.
6 and 7 figures.
I love
Because I
that.
said find 200 people. What if it's more than that? And what if it is clearly a $1,000 container? Or
Right.
clearly still 497 to get in, but there's a second tier that's introduced in 3 months that's 5,000. And that's the circle to be in the investment dot 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 to get access to
Hmm.
these other deals. Like
Right.
there's $500,000 sitting right there over the next 12, 18 months.
Oh,
Clearly.
wow.
It's clearly
Wow.
there. It's clearly there. But it's not there if you go over there and if you go over there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now, a
Yes.
big part of this too is are you enjoying it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Because I'm
fun.
not doing anything really. I mean, I'm doing
You
something,
get
but
to
not.
participate as a
Yes.
member. That's like the
Right.
biggest thing. You get to participate as a member. I was the same group that I was with yesterday. One of them owns a music venue, but owns a second music venue now, and they were just like, "Yeah, I get to watch my favorite artists from the seats. I get to watch my favorite artist. Part of that's kind of you. It's like you're able to participate because you found founder founder product fit,
Yes,
meaning it is exactly what you would have wanted somebody to make for
exactly,
you. And that's how
exactly.
you know. So let's talk just a little bit about Authority X Pro certification for anybody who's interested. If you're still watching this, I think you're the type of person, I've said this before, like the people who watch all of my videos are like all the way through are the types of people I want inside of Authority X Pro certification. Because it's a very special part of
Mhm.
AXP. So just very briefly, certification is you get certified, it's 6 week program. We meet twice a week, very intensive. And you have a end of certification project that you must do, but you also get access to the client workspaces. So with AXP, that's your personal, do what it just did for Daisy. With AXP certification, you get a client dashboard with workspaces where you can do that with 20 or more of your own clients. And so you're also now in certification. Can you talk a little bit about, first of all, why you joined that? What about it was interesting to you?
So at the time I didn't know that you could have a client dashboard when I joined it.
Oh,
But I
really?
wanted to go deeper into Authority X Pro because I realized I had unlocked what I needed.
Mm,
And I realized that Authority X Pro was giving me the keeping me focused and giving me the practical next steps. And so I wanted to understand more of the brain, more of what was happening um, within there, and like this is really cool. Like maybe
yeah,
one day, I could have something similar, but
yeah,
I just wanted to understand it better, and I wanted to use it better, and I wanted to um um just be able to go deeper with it. Like I said, I didn't understand about the client dashboard, but that was a wonderful surprise because now I was like, oh, this is a game changer.
Why is it a game changer? Explain to people.
Because now I am giving my clients a proven way to get what they need. And so I know it worked for me. So I know it's going to work for them. And so it makes me feel even more confident in what I'm going to offer my clients. And I'm
Yeah,
like, a playbook?
yeah.
Oh, they don't even know they're getting a playbook, but they could get a playbook and tell
Mhm.
them what to do the next 72 hours, 30 days, or 90 days. I
Yeah,
was like, oh, how could I really, put this into
yeah.
play?
Now
Like,
it's
how could
on.
I really make some money from this? This, it's a game changer for me. Like, they get Arlen and me mixed in with it,
Yeah, and it's if you wanted to say stuff about me, you can, but really it's coming from you. So nobody, it's like it's actually coming from the office of, because you put your
Yes,
name, your logo, your insights in there, and you get to actually, because you said you were using the libraries too, because you can
yes,
upload your own training to the library and it's mixed in with my
yes,
training, and then
yes.
it goes out as yours completely. And it is, I
Correct.
mean, you're spending time in there and you're explaining to it what your customer is doing, and
Mhm,
then it helps
mhm.
you map out for them with one account, you get to help 20 plus of your customers.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so the customer that I put the two libraries in there, I think I told you, but one of the customers, I have the one-on-one customer that I'm still working with, which I would say would be if I was doing one-on-one coaching, my ideal client. She really
Mm,
is. And I put all of her stuff in there and her information, and I was really surprised at how detailed it gave me to say, hey, go back to this person, and this is where she's sort of stuck. This is where you can
mm,
really help her, break through. And I was like, yeah,
yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, depending on when people are seeing this, so if you're seeing it in the first few days that I post this, um, Authority X Pro itself is $997 per year during our launch. pricing. It's going to double at least soon. And then Authority X Pro certification, which includes AXP, is only 1,997, and it too is going to 2.5x soon. It's going to be a $5,000 a year. But this is right now, if you see it, it's 2,000. If you get it at 5,000, it's still very much so worth it. But I just want people to know that, because I know I can always hear the questions people are asking, because I see I approve about 4,000 comments per week on YouTube personally, one at a time. So I know what questions people are asking. Isn't that crazy? I know. I
Yes.
realize that because I get a little report. It's like, woo, and only 30 of them are mean. The rest of them are legit. But I know people are saying, well, how much does it cost? And how do I go? So the link is authorityxpro.com. It's in the description. It's in the pinned comment. You come into Authority X. If you already have 360 Pass, by the way, you do get $360 off. All you do is go into 360 Pass Classroom and you click on the link for Authority X Pro, and it'll tell you how to get that. But you get a redemption code and you come in and you can just go run for it. But either way, when you come in, you get a 24-hour trial if you want to do that trial, or you can skip the trial and just come on in, because we are closing the doors for a while to Authority X Pro certification. It won't be a evergreen open house. So I want people to get in really in this week, basically, because I will be closing the doors, because it is so, like, I spend 2 days a week. I mean, the last call we had was almost 2 hours in depth, working in a very intimate group, and just, helping with your offer, helping with your sales. And then you have a 30X Pro and the workspaces. It's something where I could easily charge 2 to 3,000 per month.
Mhm.
And it would make sense, because if you think about it, if you have however many clients, they're paying you, and there's going to be even more recurring revenue that we're going to talk about as we get into it. So I'm so glad that you're in it, because I feel like you are so coachable. You are so coachable, and you're already so successful. What to you, like, what's the benefit of being so coachable?
Well, I think you get the opportunity when you're coachable is to you get the opportunity to change courses when you need to versus I'm just going to stick with something even when it's not working.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. It's okay to change course.
Hmm.
It's okay to not know. It's okay to be really accomplished in something else and realize that you need to start, here at somewhere else to really understand the next thing in there. You might be really, really good over here, but you don't understand this
Yeah.
world. You don't know how to come
Yeah.
in this world.
Exactly.
And I think that's a big one. That's a big one for people who are coming out of the federal service who are really accomplished. Is they think, hey, I'm really big here. So I can just hang out my little shingle, put my business card out there, and it's all gonna work for me. But they have no idea how to translate into this world. Like,
Mm.
and I think a lot of people get it wrong that way. And I also think that's why a lot of people that look like me don't make a lot of money in business because we do it that way.
Yeah. You saying that just made me realize that I hadn't said this one thing to you when we're talking about what's next. The fact that you enjoy having one-on-one clients, but you don't need to have like a ton, right? Because you want to
Right.
still enjoy it, because having a
Right.
one-on-one client
Exactly.
is a lot of work, but it can be very fulfilling. Imagine you do have the 200 or the 100 people in your real estate group, and the only other thing you do offer is, I do have either a multi-thousand-dollar one-on-one thing that someone here, 'cause talking through the holistic part of the next, your work that you do with your
Hmm.
business, that could be something, because the right people will be in that room, or even like a mastermind that you said you weren't ready for before. But let's say it's a few months from now and you're ready for it and it's a $10,000 mastermind or more, and you have 12 people, 20 people in it of the 200, of the 100 who
Mm-hmm.
get to meet with you, da 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 da. It's there, right? And it's just another tier of the same program rather
Mm-hmm.
than being this other offer. In case anybody's confused by what I'm saying, because they're like, oh, you just said don't do two things. I mean, two different topics. I wouldn't do two
Mm-hmm.
different topics, but you can stack tiers. In fact, inside of the certification classroom that we have, I have a whole section in my offers. I have an offers, sales, and traffic section in there that is very, very like high value. And it's the kind of thing I talk to my inner circle members that you're in, et cetera. And I talk about the tiers. There's a difference between having
Yeah.
offer like several offers and having several like two or three tiers of the same offer, because that way you get to upsell and downsell as needed, as appropriate for that person, for that customer.
And that was really interesting, Arlen. I'm glad you said that because even Authority X Pro helped me understand the ascension from me doing my offers, how they actually connect with each other.
Mm,
Like like one like teaching someone how to launch a business helps them create income, and then that income, now you can ascend them into your wealth circle where
yeah.
they can learn how to create ownership from it.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so I was like, oh, that's clear. That was
Yeah.
good. That was good. And that was what I needed as well,
Yeah.
like on that front end of teaching them how to translate their identity and their skills, and then hey, now I can create a business from that,
Well,
from what I
think
know.
about that, the lead magnets you could create with that in mind, the $99 like courses or workshops that you could
Okay.
have that topic of the create, talking through that. It might even be something you would normally charge a lot more for as a different product or service, but it's leading you in. Like imagine you did like a workshop, 2 hour workshop, and it
Mm-hmm.
was about coming in from the government or military, which is
Mm-hmm.
your
Mm-hmm.
wheelhouse, and next steps to building wealth. And
Yes.
it was
Okay.
$99 or $47 or whatever, so that people could come in and you can give them some really great advice. And on that call, you say, I have this wealth room. And some people are going to be ready for it and some people are not. But that's kind of what you start, that you use that information to know, well, if I can help somebody with this step, that gets them into this step, wanting to be in this room.
Yes.
That I think that's because again, I really believe, I think that it can help you on the front end so that the lead magnets, the freebies, the YouTube video topics could be all about that. And then it leads you into this is the main offer, boom, 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 if you enjoy it. And then you have some ascension on the high ticket side that is
Oh,
about that wealth creation.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that part.
Yeah,
Yes.
I know it's a little much, right? But that's what I say. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and rewind that if it doesn't make sense. But I'll say it one more time just because I do think it's important. If you're getting signals from Authority X Pro or from yourself or from what you're doing, that teaching people about wealth creation dovetails into your wealth room, that you now have this awesome offer, real estate investment, other types of ways to have ownership, start whatever it may end up being, this room that you create. Then that means that you can, instead of having a whole other offer about wealth creation, you could use it at the beginning for your lead generation. Because if you're teaching people about like making them aware of wealth management and wealth creation, more so making them aware in your content, your LinkedIn posts, your YouTube, your early stage like low ticket stuff. If you're
Mm-hmm.
just talking to them about it, making them aware, that's where the leads can come from, because most of your leads are warm. So you got to make cold leads warm.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where
Mm-hmm.
you can bring them in. One of the ways. It's not the only way. You see what I'm saying? Another
Mm-hmm.
way could be a video about real estate. But you
Mm-hmm.
can talk about this topic as much as you want, because it very organically leads to, I have a wealth room. And then on
Right.
the other side of the wealth room, the 497 price point, you have the ascension of, I have one-on-one coaching that is XYZ. And that's where the certification, the client dashboards will sing too. So you can use the client dashboards for people paying you 497, and you can use it for people paying you $10,000,
Got it.
$20,000. You see what I'm
I just
saying?
got that. I
Mm.
got it. I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's the thing for me. It's like, what's next? That's
yeah,
that
yeah. So that's
that.
why it is so important that that main offer just grows and grows and grows. That main room, just grow it out, because everything else can plug into it on the different sides.
I got it. I
Yeah,
just got it. Yeah,
yeah,
light bulb moment. Got
yeah,
it. Got it.
yeah. I'm curious to
Yeah.
see what happens there. That's going to be really cool to watch. It also gets easier and easier and easier. Now, I don't want to make broad assumptions, but the more you do something, the more you work on something, the more natural it becomes. So 6 months in, it's also you're gonna know like right away the right people. You're gonna say, yep, that she's gonna really enjoy it in here. The content that you make is gonna compound. You made a video this month, is gonna still be playing in September.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the stuff compounds. I know I'm kind of saying it over and over again, but I think it's so, so important, because that's one of the number one things that happens that I see in my experience with people, including myself, is that just everywhere. Now you say, well, Arlen has a bunch of stuff. I've also made millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make your first million doing something, you have options then. You kind of look around and say, okay, can I replicate this elsewhere? So I have a lot of either 100,000, 500,000, or $1 million products,
Mm-hmm.
and offers. And that's when you can say, but until you get there, I think in general, anyone watching this, wait until you get to 100,000, 500,000, $1 million before you start to branch out elsewhere.
I got it. I
Yeah.
got it. No, it makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense. It makes sense. It
Amazing.
makes a lot of sense.
What is one last thing that you have learned that you think will help people in the last month?
Stay with it long enough to see it work. Like,
Mm,
don't like get discouraged and go, nobody showed up to that masterclass, or nobody is watching my video, or nobody is looking at my, post or whatever. People are looking at it. People are noticing you. And I guess the biggest lesson in it is it does compound. Because
mm,
when I came with the right offer, I already had trust in the market. And that was part of why I was able to get 18 people.
love it. That's where we stop.